You know, during the season when Christians celebrate the resurrection of Christ, there are a lot of people who feel the need to go to church. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but you know what? If you go to church, you always want to make sure that you're going for the right reason. Let me show you something. In Matthew chapter 21, right after the Lord had ridden into Jerusalem on that donkey, the first place that he stopped was the temple. When he got there, he found a very interesting sight. Let me tell you about it. There were people who had money changing tables. Now, if you don't know what's going on, the Jewish people were responsible for paying what they called a temple tax. But the only way to pay the tax was in a particular type of money. You didn't have it, you had to exchange your money for the money that could be paid in the tax at the temple. And of course, there was a fee associated with exchanging your money. That was one. We also know that if you were going to offer a sacrifice to God, your sacrifice was supposed to be without a spot or a blemish. Now, if you brought your own animal to sacrifice, it would be checked out by those at the temple. And if there was some blemish found on your animal, you wouldn't be allowed to offer it as a sacrifice to God. However, we just so happen at the temple to have pre-approved animals that you can buy for a price. This is what the Lord is met with when he's going into the week right before he's going to be crucified. You can understand why he was so upset. There were many people that were there in the temple, but they clearly were there for the wrong reason. You know, in the time in which we live, the same thing occurs with people who go to church. They come for one reason or another, but the question is, are you here for the right reason? Some people go to church because they bought a new outfit and they want others to see it. Some people go to church because they're looking for a spouse. Some people go to church because a particular choir is going to be singing or a particular preacher is going to be preaching. And all of these reasons come out. But you know what? If you're going to go to church, there should only be one reason to go, and that is you're seeking a word from God for your life. You go to church because you love God. You go to church because you want to hear from God. You go to church because you want to serve God and be the best Christian that you can be. Don't be like those who were exchanging money in the house of God. Take a moment to examine your motives and make sure that if you are in the house of God, you're there for the right reason. Listen, if you've enjoyed what I've talked about in this video, take a moment to subscribe to my channel, hit that notification bell, and help me build God's kingdom here on earth. And by the way, if you've ever wondered what it felt like to have a traitor in your group, take a moment to look at this next video. God bless you.